Hey guys, what's going on? Prof.Headwreck back at you with another video. This time it is a Nintendo and Super Nintendo collection update video. When I had done my first two original videos, that was back in beginning to middle of July of last year, I had said that I was putting my collecting on hold for a little bit while I was getting my tattoo work done. That being said, all my tattoo work is for the most part finished, so I resumed collecting. I mean, there were a few games that I had picked up in between August and the end of the year, but I figured I wanted to have a substantial amount of games in order to do a fairly decent video. I know that there's a lot of guys that they'll do updates and they're only, like a 2 or 3 minute long video. I myself, I don't want to do that because I don't pump out videos very often. I mean, I think I've only done 4 in the last, 8 months or whenever it was. So I think it was July when I started my YouTube channel. So I'm one that I like a little bit more substance. And now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the people that do that. That's their style, that's the approach that they take. I myself, like I said, I want there to be substance in my videos. So, before I get started though, I want to give a really, really cool shout out and a big thank you to Tom from Retro Death. I believe that Tom is his name. He's somebody who I had started watching a couple of years back, 2-3 years ago when I first got my computer and was getting on YouTube. Didn't have a channel yet. He does a really, really cool combination of both gaming and heavy metal. And there are two things that I both really, really like. I love metal. I enjoy gaming. I'm not a massive gamer, but I do enjoy it. Well, his channel, like I said, is set up with both the heavy metal and the gaming, and he'll do a couple of videos on metal, and then he'll do a couple of videos on gaming. Well, he was doing a video on themes in heavy metal lyrics, because unfortunately, heavy metal music has been often pigeonholed and stereotyped as being nothing but death and Satanism and things of the occult, and that's so far from the truth. So he put together a video of just different themes such as mythology, politics, religion, folklore, things like that, and he took different lyrics from different bands and showcased, these are what the lyrics are about, and it's not just death and Satanism. I thought it was really well put together. Well, he had actually approached me about what I knew about Christian heavy metal music, because I'm a Christian, and Christian heavy metal music is something that I've listened to since I was 14. So I gave him the info that I had, and when it got to that part of the video, he gave me a really cool link and a really cool shout out. And I'm really thankful for that. That was awesome. He did this really cool thing where he put his hand up and there was a video of me, and I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know how to do that. So the best I can do is tell anybody who's watching this, go check out Retro Death. It's a really cool channel. He just does some random vlogs too, just different topics that he's interested in. So yeah, Retro Death, check him out. All right, let's get started here. And as far as games go, I don't have like a whole lot of Super Nintendo games. I only have 4 of them. But instead of breaking it down into the Super Nintendo and then the Nintendo, I'm just going to do everything in one. So, starting off, I picked up Walleye Country Club Golf. I know that I said in my one video that I'm not the biggest sports fan. I had a lot of good memories playing this though with my buddy Mike. He was really big into golf, and I remember like when the Super Nintendo was just being released and they had the showcase of the different games. When they showed this, and it had the digitized pictures, at the time, you got to remember, like 92, 91, I mean, the TurboGrafx 16 CD was just in its infancy, so being able to play with digitized picture was like this unheard of thing, and it was so cool. You're like, wow, it's real life. I mean, you look at it now, and you're like, boy, that's really cheesy. But at the time, it was a lot of hype, and it was really cool. So. Yeah, I was happy to pick that up. Also picked up WWF Super WrestleMania. I think I remember this game a lot more fondly than what it was. One of those games that just did not age well. I was into the WWF when I was 14. My favorite wrestler was The Undertaker. And when this game came out and I saw that you could play as The Undertaker, I was like, wow, I've got to play this. And I remember renting this a lot, and I had a lot of fun with it, but when I picked this up, I've only had this for maybe about 2 months. I tried playing it a couple different times, and boy, it was terrible. I mean, I guess I remembered it being better than what it was. So, also picked up Final Fight. Now, I know that eventually they were to release Final Fight with Guy as a Blockbuster exclusive. But I remember when this came out, I loved it in the arcade, and I never understood that why. Number one, it didn't have Guy in it. Number two, it was only a one player. It wasn't two players simultaneous. If there's anybody that knows why, please post it in the comments, because I'd love to know why Nintendo made that decision, or maybe it was Capcom. So yeah, let me know. And last, for the Super Nintendo, I picked up Actraiser, and this was an awesome game. This was really, really cool. The music for this game, the graphics, the whole play of this was awesome. And I picked up the box, the instruction booklet, had all the inserts, and I got that on eBay for like 40 bucks, and then wound up finding the cartridge at a game store in Greensburg, got that for 15, so 55 bucks for a complete box copy of Actraiser that's in really good shape. I don't think that's a bad deal at all. So, alright. Now for the Nintendo collection. Double Dribble. I really like this game. I played basketball as a kid, I played baseball as a kid, so that would probably explain why the like of both Bases Loaded and Double Dribble. You know, this wasn't, I remember they had teams that were somewhat similar to the NBA, but they weren't. It was still a really fun game. I enjoyed it, so glad to have it. Picked up also a Stygian Axe. This is one that I think kind of went under the radar of a lot of people. This was a really, really good game, but you'd have never known it. The box art looks like garbage. Kind of like Mega Man. I mean, like the original Mega Man, the box art looks like crap, but the game itself is awesome. And this one here is absolutely no exception. I think Jaleco made some killer games. I mean, this Maniac Mansion, that's one that's on my list of stuff that I gotta get. But I mean, the graphics, the sound, the music for this game were really good, but it was just, I think, kind of overshadowed by the fact that the box art doesn't make it look any good. So, was happy to pick this one up, the original Ninja Gaiden. I now own all three Ninja Gaidens. Picked this up at a really good price on eBay. I think it was like $45 that I got this for. The box is in really good shape. The instruction manual is still pristine. The cartridge itself is ultra, ultra clean. I was really glad to have this. I now have all three Ninja Gaidens. So, also to round out my collection, I picked up the original Dragon Warrior. This is in phenomenal shape. It actually still has the, I don't know if you probably can't see it through the plastic box, it still has the shrink wrap on it, except for, I mean, the person that opened it cut it up here at the top, lifted the flap, I mean, everything else, it's just, I mean, it still has the H-seam, everything. Great, great addition to my collection. I now have all four Dragon Warriors. I'm really happy with that. Of the four, though, this is the one, like I said, 2, 3, and 4. I don't remember, actually, no, I did not play any of those. I remember watching my buddy Mike play them. This one I did play, beat it. I got it with my subscription Nintendo Power back in '91, so I remember they were giving that out with the subscription, so I was really happy to pick this up. In great shape, got it at a really great price, so yeah. Along with the other dragons, I picked up Double Dragon. Kind of funny, went from Double Dribble to Dragon Warrior to Double Dragon, so it's kind of a cool phase in there. But yeah, nothing like the arcade game, but still a lot of fun. I have a lot of good memories playing this game. This was one of the first Nintendo games that I remember playing, like on the NES itself. Got a really good deal on this. The box is in excellent condition. Had to pick up the instruction manual separate, though. It didn't come with the instruction manual. But I mean, hell, you can pick instruction manuals up, you know, $4 or $5 a piece, sometimes 2 or 3. So I was glad to have that. Another trilogy I was able to round out, I got Castlevania III Dracula's Curse. This one not quite as great a shape as the Dragon Warrior, because this one actually still has most of the shrink wrap on it as well. A little more torn up in here, but still down the sides. The H-seam is still there. Cleaned this one up. This one was a little bit dirty on the top here. I used some Goo Gone on that. It's actually, you know what, it's more on the cellophane wrapping than anything, but I was really happy to have this as everything. It even has the plastic baggie. Got a pretty good deal on this. I was happy to get this one. So I now own all 3 Castlevanias, all 3 Ninja Gaidens, and all 4 Dragon Warriors. So it's kind of the trifecta. Now, as far as Double Dragon 2 and Double Dragon 3, I'm not going to buy those. I have no interest in them. They weren't really anything that was pivotal in my childhood. So, And lastly, I got the original contract. I just got this last week, and I was really glad that I got this because I was planning on making the video this week while I was on vacation, and got this, and I was like, all right, good. I've got a really good ender for my video. The game itself, the box itself, it's in really good shape. There's a couple little creases that have come through. One little nick back here, but other than that, the sides, the bottom, I mean the flaps, everything, still in really good shape. I'm glad I picked this up. I now have a spare cartridge copy that I can trade in and you know, maybe get something new for my PS4 or Wii U or something. So that being said, I want to thank you guys for checking out my video, and hope you guys have an awesome metal day.